Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Good job.
At the 23-yard line.
Too easy.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
50, 50. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
This time Jackson will throw it. He's going deep for Brown. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. From the gun, it's Jackson. He can run for it, and he will. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Jackson from the shotgun. He gets it in the hands of Geis. They'll give him a yard on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 39. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. From the gun, Jackson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Eli Harrell able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. On the ground, this is Smith. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
And it brings up 3rd down.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. All that, baby, all that. Hey, Mike's 50.
To throw is Jackson, operating from the gun. He's going deep for Brown. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Play fake. Here's Jackson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for Cincinnati. 44 yards.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. Josh Jackson, the former Iowa Hawkeye, made the play defensively.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Push him back. Push him back. Mike part 9. Mike part 9. Here we go. Here we go. Check.
Here's Jackson to throw. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Jackson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Stevenson. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And his kick is indeed good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the 2nd drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Going a little tennis on me.
I know you. You like to mix it up with
like
sports.
That. They crack a forehand back at him. They get a backhand. What was the return on?
It was a backhand.
I like that.
Really good backhand.
With some nice top spin on the
little bit.
I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Tight right. Even. Fork out. Even. A little flare.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. These two teams all tied after one. Jackson forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. And got his man complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Got some room at the 30. And now nothing but green ahead of him. 30. 10. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, 81 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
The extra point up and good. And we are even at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. There have been points on the board. We just saw back-to-back touchdown drives. I love it. I'm high-fiving our statistician, Christian McLeod, and you're angry. You're a defensive guy.
If you met one of my defensive coordinators, God rest his soul, I'm surprised he isn't in this booth right now wanting to really take you on. This is not football the way he sees it. He wants a good old-fashioned kicking game, defense, field position, and we're getting an up-and-down-the-field game here.
I'll take him. Where's his tombstone?
Boot Hill, baby.
Let's go. Pittsburgh. 950, 950. You don't know no better. Whip. Watch the whip.
On first down, this is Geis. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Ready.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Go. Switch. Nice go.
Out of the gun, Geis. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. You got three down.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. I know when you got a top tight end like this, you want to get him involved, but when you do, you're hoping for more than that.
You certainly are. You've got to try and get him some space where he can make a play downfield, or at least an opportunity for some rack yardage, right? That run after catch.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson towards the end zone. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10.
4 down. 58 to Mike. 58 to Mike. Short. They're running it. 58.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Credit the sack to the safety, Jesse Bates.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Let's see what you got.
Now Jackson. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Mike 56, Mike 56.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Pick me up. Here we go.
Jackson going deep downfield for Ross. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Dancing to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that is caught. One-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweat.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Michael Gallup with touchdown number 8 on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. That, of course, all set up by the big run on the play prior. They took advantage right away with a touchdown throw.
And you mentioned advantage, probably taking advantage of their natural instinct after that previous play to be aggressive and rush towards the line of scrimmage. And instead, they were vulnerable to the pass.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Whoa. You got tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
The toss play to Mixon. Mixon hit, and the ball is out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover for his squad.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. They go play action now. Jackson. Over the middle, complete. That's Stevenson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
A quick throw now complete to Ross. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
56. Slam. Delta.
Final play and a half here. It's Jackson. Got a man open. It's Ross. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
2nd and 12 at the Ravens' 44-yard line.
Army. 58's the money. 58's the money. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Coming after you. Check. Hey, check 4. Hey, watch it.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 22-yard line.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. And with good timing, you get a completion, as we just saw there.
Mike spot 9. Same one. Bang.
Jackson on first down. And he's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Second and goal from inside the 5.
Big stop, G. Big one.
Another try for Mixon. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point forthcoming. He's got it, and it's 24-17. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down.
At the 22-yard line.
Let's get it. Mike 57. Hey.
Geis with the carry on second down. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Quick throw, and it's caught by Gallup. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be second and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Come on, set. Ain't together. Bring it. Hammer. 57's the mic. Rock 57. They can't hang with us. 57's the mic. 57's the mic. Record.
Mike's 57's Mike.
I got it.
On second and 9, Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Von Miller in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot, that they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation, allows him to get home.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. There's Jackson on 3rd and long. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. The sack by Jordan Willis.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
That's good for Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Mixon with a first down carry. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
That's what I'm talking about.
At the 48-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Under crunch. Watch twist. Twist. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Kill. Pause. 28. It's our field. Hey, take off.
Now it's Jackson. He's going to let this go for the end zone. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jackson. Past the 20. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Oh, that's about as tough as they come. You're driving to try to put the ball in the end zone and tie the game, and that happens.
It's exciting for us, wasn't it? Because we were thinking, hey, we might be headed towards overtime. Instead, it looks like this one may very well be done. And guess what? If you're a fantasy owner and you have that defense, you just had a big game, didn't you?
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Help!
The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Check, 59. Focus, defense, focus. Showing it. Check. Lucky. Go. Shit.
Jackson now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashaan Evans, the linebacker, recording the sack there.
Remember, throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. So that'll back him up 5.
That's how we do it.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Switch it. Hey, switch it. Watch twins. Check. Fresno.
Throwing is Jackson. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A really good pickup of 28 yards. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
58, boys. 58. Mike.
Hey, that's all gone.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
36.
Check 50.
To throw is Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Hey, number 28, Mike, he's coming. Check in.
Let's go, D.
Safe.
Check the backer.
Check hard. Check. Off.
And That'll set them back 5. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. 3 down. 3 down. Hey, watch 28. Mike, 28. Mike, 28. Bend it. Bend it.
Hey, number 28, Mike, he's coming.
On second down, Jackson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
Watch the twins. 58, right over there, Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Hey, 58 is the Mike. Go 58 is the Mike. Let's go. Look slow. 58 is the Mike. 58. 58 is the Mike.
Now it's Jackson.
I'm going back to you.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up, and a loose football. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something, double turnovers, but instead they'll keep the possession on the INT.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a toss. This is Geis. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
He's not going to get me.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Ready? 8, read.
Mike 50, Mike 50. I want that. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball.
5.
And they'll indeed take a knee. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Ravens, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And